Are you wondering what the install process is like on a pole barn? Or maybe a 20,000 square foot commercial building? Let's talk about it. So here we are in the middle of a commercial building install. Now, as you can see behind me, it looks like a bit of a mess is going on because there is a lot going on here. This is a multiple week project being done with the combination of closed cell and open cell spray foam for this project. Looking behind me, there's a lot of stuff all over the place, but one thing to be aware of is when you're in the middle of a large project like this, there's going to be stages of it as a consumer that are going to look like a mess. Rest assured, as long as you have a competent contractor who's on the job for you, it will be cleaned up. So now that the roof deck has been fully sprayed, the crew has moved on to the exterior walls. As you can see, the team behind me here is spraying the exterior walls with closed cell spray foam. This area of the wall was just recently done. So as you can see, it sets up super fast and is that nice, really strong, durable closed cell that everyone looks for those pole barn walls, because again, that durability really helps out with the longevity. So after everything got prepped in this building, the first thing that we did was spray the roof deck. Now in this building, we used a combination of closed cell on the walls and open cell spray foam on the roof deck itself. Mostly that was done for a cost saving measure because of the sheer size of this building. Now there are some things to keep in mind as to why you would spray the roof deck before the walls. One main consideration is the prep. Like we said, this building has a lot of prep work that goes in before you can even start spraying, and everything has to be prepped and protected before you can spray the roof deck. So you might as well get everything prepped, spray the ceiling of it or the roof deck, and then move on to the next phase. Another thing is, while you're spraying that roof deck, you can get splatter or different things on the walls itself, which can be addressed when the walls are being sprayed. In this particular process, it made more sense to prep everything, put that open cell on the roof deck, and then move on to the walls. So after the spraying is done, or at least the spraying is done for one particular area, all of those things that you prepped and covered before the spray foam now has to be cleaned up and removed. So as you can see behind me, these garage doors have all been unprepped since the spraying is done. And as you can see, we are currently in the process of cleaning off any spray foam that got on the walls, and of course removing all of that tape and plastic that was installed before spray foam was done. So here you can see a garage door that has been prepped, has been sprayed, but has not been cleaned and unprepped yet. So as you can see, all of these panels, all of these ridges are either have tape or plastic on them. All that has to be removed. Sometimes you do have to clean some foam off the back end, things like that. Again, all of that process has to be taken into consideration when you're setting up the project, again, establishing those expectations with the property owner. So now that the spraying is done and the cleanup is done, there's one more crucial step that you have to take. Go retrieve the property owner or the homeowner and walk through the entire project with them. Make sure they're not only happy with the spraying, but make sure they're happy with the cleanup. This is crucial for many reasons. One, you want to make sure your homeowner got exactly what they expected, but also if there is something that needs to be done, some additional spraying or cleanup, you as the contractor, you want to handle that problem now while your team is still on site. If you learn about it tomorrow or next week, it's going to cost you much more time and money to get a crew back there to correct a mistake or something that was misunderstood. Of course, do the walkthrough before the project, but absolutely make sure you're doing that post-job walkthrough to make sure you and your customer are on the same page. So here we are at the end of the install process. Now again, we started off prepping out everything, and then you get into the spraying and then obviously cleanup and taking down any of that prep work that was left on. This is what their end result is. In this particular one, you got spray foam on the walls and on the roof deck itself. This warehouse is going to be very efficient. The property owners are excited to save money and keep everything in here safe and protected. So if you think this could help you with your pole barn, go to our link below. Go to our Find a Dealer page to see if your local retro foam dealer can help you in your pole barn. This is the Professor Foam reminding you that building is a science.